Yeah, hell yeah. You ready? So you guys ready for the race today? You ready for Denny Hamlin? Woo! Let's kick it off right here.
Manipulate the first car. That's what we want to see, and it's what the Xfinity cars have today. Where in Cup right now, really all you have to do is just kind of move down into the line of the car running right behind you, and then it takes all the rear away, and then you wash up the racetrack. So it's changing it to where there's more overbody, less underbody downforce, and then creating a platform in which the second place car can loosen up the first place car. That's what we're looking for.
Now, we're in a brand new round in the playoffs right here, starting off in New Hampshire. Your spot in the playoffs, does that kind of dictate how you attack a race or how you look at the next 3 races in the playoffs?
It does. I mean, certainly we look at playoff standings. I mean, you're a fool if you're not playing down in distance. You got to understand how much you got to go, how much time is left. So we got 3 races, we're plus 26 right now. So you got to play the game the right way to move on. And so while you definitely want to win, you got to understand when to take those chances to go for it, and when do you take the good day so you can move on. Now, I think the work for the 11 team mostly starts in the first 2 races of each round. We want to put ourselves in a comfortable position going into that elimination race. So the work happens on days like today in New Hampshire, next week in Kansas. So that's where we need to get as many points as we can, or like we did at Gateway, lock ourselves in.
There you go. Now, you're in a very unique position as a driver and an owner of another team right there. You've got playoffs in both. We just talked to Bubba out there. He's in the round of 12 right now. 1 point to the good, so he doesn't have that cushion that you do. So when it comes down to an end of a race right here, does that change your mindset as driver versus owner on how you race your own drivers?
No, I mean, I won't ever give up any positions that would cost my race team, points, because ultimately, my time here is limited, right? I got a few years left, and so in order to achieve the goals in which I've set forth right now in the short term, I have to do everything I can for myself to win and to try to win a championship. And it certainly would not make me feel any better if I let them go and then I get eliminated by that 1 point of
that you needed.
There is no consolation. Well, the team I own made it. Well, I really don't care because I'm still a driver.
Well, here's the thing: is you put yourself in your position, they put themselves in their position. Hey, run that sucker out. Go win that championship.
I mean, we're all teammates for 6 days of the week, and certainly I treat them with more respect than I do anyone else in the racetrack. But they are my competitors, and right, there is that fine line. Now, tomorrow, next Friday, I'm going to be doing everything I can in that building to help them and try to give them the knowledge that they need to be aware of going into this racetrack, or what they didn't see in today's race that I saw. So I'm always trying to help, but that is more for the long-term health and growth of that team.
All right, now as we move on, right, how can you tell if someone is truly a master in their craft?
When they can do things that you think are impossible.
Ooh, that's a good answer. Is there a difference between a driver and a racer?
Absolutely. There are definitely drivers who can make a lot of speed. Everyone's seen Days of Thunder, right? Okay. Remember when Rowdy says he's doing great out there by himself, but now let's put him in a crowd?
Yeah.
Their drivers are ones that can make a lot of speed when there's no one on the racetrack. And racers are ones that can figure out how to make speed when there are other cars around.
Is it more stressful being run down or being the hunter?
Oh, being run down. No doubt about it. I would much rather be the hunter chasing someone down than being run down, just simply because you don't want to be the one that just hands over that win by making a mistake, by bobbling. So you typically, when you see someone leading the race today, they're going to be running about 85 to 90%. You can't go 100 because ultimately it is so tough for second to pass anyway. You don't want to make a move that gets your car out of shape and you know you just let the second place by with no work. So you want to make them work for it. So that's why always at the end of these races you see second starting to gain on the leaders, that one's going 100 and the other one's playing defense.
All right, now finally, before I cut you loose down here, have you achieved your childhood dream?
No, not even close. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I never would imagine. I just wanted to be a local short track guy at Speedway in Virginia and run the local late models and just be one of those guys that someone wore my t-shirt on a Friday night. So I've far exceeded those expectations. And 20 years later in this sport, absolutely, this is all sunshine and cake.
And who would have thought you would have one of the biggest crowd fan bases in all of motorsports?
Yeah, all these London fans, I see and I hear you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make a whole hell of a lot of noise up here for your driver, Mr. Denny Hamlin.
Well, I don't remember that before. Huh. Interesting. Welcome to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, NASCAR weekend, 1 week after Maple Grove.
Please welcome to the stage Executive Vice President and General Manager of New Hampshire Motor Speedway, David McGrath. Moving in Talladega back in the Strait for this third time in the playoffs. For the number 2 Team Penske Ford, on NASCAR Cup Series champion, driving the number 5 Chevrolet, Kyle Austin.
Yeah, I am. Everybody decides to walk up the freaking bleachers and...
So then me screaming is the least of your work. Fucking mute the video.
Number 24, give it up for Will. 19 Cup Series playoff appearances, a 3-time New Hampshire.
Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's hear it for Todd and his performance of the Canadian National Anthem in the Stars Mail Banner. On with the KC 135 on the 101st Air Refueling Wing out of Bangor, Maine.
cheer on these drivers. It's the playoffs. It's the monster. It's for everything today. Come on, race fans. Let's cheer them on as we get ready to go racing here in New Hampshire and New England. But let him hear it all across the nation. So let's see it. Show me what you got, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's go.
Trying to hold on to that third spot to the inside is William Byron. Everybody gets slowed up, blown up, and makes it through. Turns 3 and 4. Here comes Logano. William Byron gets a nice little charge, move him into third. Now, Ryan Blaney's got a big charge. Carson also wants to run himself. Here's Logano again, about 4 cars separation. He started 6th, Ozabar now up to 3rd.
SVG's up at 7.
Wait just a minute. He fires back to the inside. He's being challenged by Shane Van Gisbergen. Here comes SVG to the right of the racetrack. Ryan Blaney from the outside pole. He's been drop kicked down to 7. Shane Van Gisbergen with the racing car. Gets a challenging from the back. They're heading back to the straightaway. Just behind Bowman, door to door, it's Bubba Wallace on the bottom. Up top, it's Michael McDowell. Danny Hamlin trying to join that. Denny Hamlin the last time by. At the bottom of the racetrack, the race leaders rolling towards turns 1 and 2.
Denny Hamlin just turned him. That's funny.
What is going to happen here? Gibbs is waiting. Here come the leaders behind the pace car. Gibbs able to get that car turned around. Arms crossed across his chest for the coach, Joe Gibbs, owner of this race car. You must none too please. All that is on the side. Again, and Denny Hamlin, Todd Gibbs, getting into it here at turn 22.
right entry to middle, so 4 tires for him and fuel as well. Also the 77 of Carson Hoeksema struggling in 3 and 4. Alan Cabana.
Brian Blaney says his car's running just like stage 1, which is good because he won that stage. Just starting to do payback toward the end of that first quarter. Brian Blaney.
Who's trying to make it 5 wide on the inside?
Along the back straightaway, a number of cars involved, they've all been able to drive away, but SBG's response all afternoon caught up in the wreck that brings out caution flag number 5.
Also involved is going to be Daniel Suarez. Brian Keselowski's got that car spun around. That's a very tricky part of the racetrack here again as you come off 32. It narrows up where the tunnel is under the racetrack where this camera is located. Watch it. You see it there. Up into the 88. Watch it here. Keselowski goes down to the 88. He's got it, but barely. And he comes up against that inside safer barrier, gets into the 88 as Shane Vance gets hurt and then gets clobbered again from behind after this long stop. 3 wide into the corner. Keselowski's the car in the bottom.
Have you learned to wear that?
The Boston Red Sox inspired paint scheme 5 wide off turn 2.
You want it tighter?
Might even have Christopher Bell was very close to getting some damage on that. Suarez, the 99 Mexico City driver, went airborne in the 99 for a moment. Look at how low Keselowski is. There you see the tunnel. And I think Keselowski caught that inside wall on the apron that put him up into the 88. Everybody darting. Kyle Busch, Justin Haley got a lot of that. So the 99, there he is. Straightening up against that safer barrier on the inside of the exit turn. 54 is back down the track.
Maybe not to pull me.
Now here he comes.
It's on.
The NASCAR Cup Series garage area. Matthew beaten and battered number 8. Morgan car for Kyle Busch. first. In the corner, the car just comes right around. And wow, backed it in right up the corner. All four tires of that car came off the ground. Coming in the entire letdown. Austin Simmering, the playoff contender here, looking at 181 hard hit.
Yeah. That airborne.
Steelers are ahead of the Patriots.
Where's Blaney? Oh my God. Terrible. Somebody is rubbing somewhere.
Trying to work the outside in that fourth spot. Michael McDowell has been passed by 3, now making 4 cars. Chase Elliott gets by him. So does Rosenberg. And now
How did he save that? That car was 45 degrees on an angle.
C. Bell has been mired outside of the top 10. He now runs in fourth and wants more. We have 3 Dillon stand on 2-0.
A tight battle there. Once again, Logano up front.
Here's Rosenberg, who swings in front of Bowman. Behind Bowman, it's Elliott to the inside of Denny.
Ross Chastain has moved him back into the top 10. He's running 9th in front of Tom Reddick. Again, doing the hot on the racetrack. Doesn't make it work this time away, Mark.
A little further back, Ross Chastain charging to the inside off of turn 4. He's battling with Denny.
Trying to hold off Chastain at the bottom of the racetrack.
Race winners on the move. Christopher Bell damage to his race car, but he's got a fast Toyota.
Here at the Hampshire Speedway, almost through the end of the park, automotive restart zone. Unbelievable stop line. favorite. 4 fresh tires. Austin Cindric only hit right sides. He lost second. Now he's back. Got loose, he slid up the racetrack. Cindric went back to his inside, couldn't make the pass. Now Elliott pulled the Motorsports has not won here since 2012. Now they run second, third, and fourth. Chase Elliott playing offense, defense, trying to get by Larson, holding off Denny Hamlin. 10 with Josh Berry, Joey Logano. Here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and he has saluted you, the race fans who came out in droves to witness the best in stock car competition in the NASCAR Cup Series. Ladies down to the granite stripe, victorious today. In his style, parks it, mountain star finish line. Ford Dark Horse Mustang did its job for Team Penske. Big smile there because he has advanced and allowed another opportunity to run for a championship here in 2025 in the NASCAR Cup Series. He is one step closer and a dominant performance. Race fans, when he gets out of the car, make sure he gets the doors.
12 in New Hampshire, Josh Berry made him run it, but Ryan Blaney and the 12 team gets toss here at the Magic Mile.
Laps that I drove, I was trying to kind of mind my stuff and kind of pull Josh a little bit, and then he really started coming. I started to get super free, and it was all I could do to hold him off and try new lanes, and that was good racing and clean racing, and appreciate Josh for not throwing me the bumper when he could have, but what a cool day, what a cool weekend, super fast car all weekend. So I can't believe the 12 boys, they're unbelievable. Really had such strong, good playoffs, and it's great to get a win first race of this round. So appreciate Menards, 11-4, Josh Higgins, thanks Imaging Body Armor.
I want to get
so everybody, thanks this awesome, and thank you guys for being here.
Fries I'll eat now.
I appreciate it.
So part of you is kind of mentally saying to Josh, hey, you're my teammate, don't race me this hard.
Oh no, I expect him to go out and try to win the race. And, I knew he wasn't gonna play over for me, but I figured we were gonna. I didn't think I was ever gonna get the bumper, So we raced just super clean, but no, I mean I would do the same if I was him, right? You're gonna try to win the race, so that's what this deal is all about. And luckily, you guys just hung out a little bit better than it is, but for a while it was stressful and more happy. But overall, what a cool weekend, and before we go into Kansas next week.
So Lee just mentioned it a moment ago, your nephew told you a week ago, hey, Uncle Ryan, go win one for me. Is it okay for Uncle Ryan to deliver 1 week later?
Yeah. I might have to have him get on the radio more often, but yeah, happy. I know Louie, you're watching, so buddy, we did it a week later, but I'm happy we could do it.
In front of all these fans here in New Hampshire, Ryan Blaney gets his first ever win here in the Northeast, and he's on to the round of 8.
Ryan Blaney, the winner, will make his way to victory lane, where he will be greeted by a lot in the locker.
The 12 was winging fast in practice, and he showed that he could do the race.
6 p.m.
Early chances to beat on the road and beat on details, but they were able to make up their track position with it before on there. Over time, they got back up there. Yeah, that last restart, I could have restarted behind him and probably finished third in the race, but wanted a chance to win, and if I was behind the 12, I wasn't going to win. So I went for it, cost us a spot, but overall, proud of the execution. I was a ton of points today. I think it's a second and a first in the first 2 stages, and the top 4 finish. So we did what we needed to do. Plus the cut line, just I'd rather win. This is the green to me, but especially when it's home.
Comment.
Right. How do you handle that this upcoming week?
I don't have any comment.
How about the race itself? 12th place. Did that affect your car at all?
No, just that's about what we had, just kind of hanging around.
I never asked him
between,
about
like,
the contact of the
6th and
54.
10th all day.
I don't have any
That's all we
comment.
had.
All right, Denny Hamlin comes out. No comment on the teammate incident, but we'll see how he handles it during the week, Heather.
All right, thoughts of Denny Hamlin. His teammate Ty Gibbs had similar no comment when he got out of his race car earlier in the day today. Ryan Blaney has brought that number 12 Team Penske machine to victory lane. The Hampshire, make some noise again. Your winner in the Mobile 1301, it's Ryan Blaney. Well, Josh Berry had a great run today. He came up just shy, finished in second. Let's hear from him.
And a solid performance here today for Josh Berry. Not only today, but yesterday you guys showed a lot of speed. What more did you need to be able to catch the 12 there at the end?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, we lacked a little bit of fire off, but, you know, honestly, ever since from the start of the race, we were just mired in so much traffic, it was hard to know what we needed. And our long run seems really strong. Yeah, I mean, I think go a couple different ways. You know, obviously, if it stays green, I think we have a chance at it. Maybe we should have taken 2 tires there, but ultimately, I mean, we were down a set from the span, so we were kind of, we didn't want to take our last tires that early. So all in all, but still, just a great day. Had a great car. Everybody did a great job. Pit stops were awesome, and yeah, a lot to look forward to.
That's the 3rd top 5 for Josh Berry this season.
John.
And a strong run for Josh Berry. Let's take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap in the Mobile 1301. And it's Carson Hocevar who was able to lay down a quick lap in that final stage. He is awarded an extra championship point for getting the Xfinity fastest lap. Josh Berry and Ryan Blaney, their laps early in the day today, end up 2nd and 3rd.
But I said, would you be okay with holding a lobster? What was your answer?
Oh yeah, I said I put him on my shoulder.
Yes, you did. So we have got a special presentation here with David McGrath and our friends at Macris right down the road have supplied this year's winner. So loud the lobster. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in hot, a big round of applause for this year's winner. Give it up for Ryan Blaney!
Crazy how fast they get everything down.